Hello, welcome to GGKCS, a multi-generational podcast slash FlossTube for fans of all things knitting, cross-stitch, and geeky. I'm Cece, and I'm so glad you're here today. Today is Friday, the 3rd of December, 2021, and this is episode 471. Yes, I know I normally don't record on Fridays, but I have an event this weekend, and so I'm off work today, and so this is working best for me. So, I'd like to say a big welcome back. Love y'all to all returning viewers, and a big hi to any new viewers. Thanks for giving us a shot. Hope you enjoy the show. I have advents that have been opening. I started a new cross-stitch project. I've got artistic autumnal owl winners to announce. There's all kinds of stuff, and I thought I would wear one of my headbands that I've been wearing on Vlogmas slash Flossness every day. I didn't put it on the blinking. I thought the blinking for however long I talked to you, 35, 40 minutes or whatever, might get to be too much. So we have the solid color lights on the red Christmas tree. There we go. Well, got a lot to talk about, so we should get started. Here we go. Coffee. Definitely important. Now we're going to talk about what's on my needles. Okay, Janine, if you're watching, skip to the next segment. Okay. This is a surprise for Janine, my friend Janine, so don't tell her, okay? In my Little Fish Stitches bag, there is not socks. There is a pair of shorty fingerless mitts. I'm knitting them on US 3s, 3.25 mil needles, and I am using Abstract Fiber Super Sock Plus in the Thistle colorway. I finished one. I'm trying to find it. I have not woven in the ends yet. Just put it on here. So, you can still see the ends dangling. So these roll at the top and the bottom. And I adapted these from another free pattern. And the reason I originally knit them is because I wanted, let's put this on the other hand and I can show you. I wanted gloves that were fingerless so that I could still like knit or use my phone or whatever, but I didn't want it to cover up my watch. So there's that one. And I have just cast on the extra stitches to do, so these are knit from the fingertips down. So I have just, like I'm right here is where I'm at. I've just cast on the extra stitches right here. And then I will start doing the decreases for the rest of the way. So these are knitting up really quickly. If I focused only on them, I would be able to whip them out probably a pair in a day or two. So I've grabbed some other yarn because I'm going to actually knit some of these mitts for another couple of friends. So I think I'm going to use these two. I'll tell you the yarns when I actually knit with them, but I think I'm going to stripe with these two colors for a pair. And then I think I'm going to use this cherry blossom colorway from pair of socks I designed to knit another pair. So I should have knitting time this weekend at the event that I'm doing. So that's why I've gone ahead and pulled those yarns so that I can take them with me so that I'll have them to be able to cast on another pair when I finish Janine's. Although I might possibly finish Janine's today. So that's the only thing that I am knitting on. Yep. So let's move on to the next segment. And now we're going to talk about my finished project. So this was last Sunday's preemie hat, number 48 for the year. It's from my free top-down preemie hat pattern that you can find on javapearldesigns.com. And as always, links to everything we talk about in the show are at our website, show notes, ggkcs.com. I did this on US 6's 4 mil needles, and the yarn is Shepherd Classic in the Cultured Pearls colorway, and Line Brand Heartland in the Glacier Bay colorway. So number 48 for the year. I'll do 49 on Sunday. The days are flying. The days are flying. It's about to be 2022. How? But I am planning to continue with knitting preemie hats, knitting one every Sunday in 2022. So I should do the math sometime and see how many of these I have knit. I want to say probably over 200. So yeah, I love knitting them. So if you're looking for a way to be able to do something wonderful for charity and also use up scraps of leftovers yarns, this is a great way to do it. If you have fingering weight yarn, you can hold it double and knit with it for this pattern. So I do that quite often when I get down to like using up most of a skein of yarn that I've done with like socks or whatever, and we'll use it in hats. So. All right, well, let's move on to the next segment. And now it's time for FlossTube. In my, I really need to take a lint roller to this bag. My Humans with Kitty Heads project bag from the 805 Stitcher. Dammy continues to be creeped out by this bag. It's got green with white polka dots inside. I am stitching, so for the Black Needle Society is hosting a hashtag 12, hold on, I just looked it up so I would get it right, 12 days of stitching that you can interpret however you wish. You could do 12 Christmas/winter projects. You could stitch on one project for 12 days. You do whatever you want. So what I am doing for hashtag 12 days of stitching is Lindy Stitch's Cats Love Christmas patterns. So I'm just starting at the top and going and working down. So the first one I'm doing is Cats Love Christmas. I am using Classic Colorworks Licorice Red and Mistletoe along with Mostly Called for DMCs. And I am stitching this on Fiber on a Whim 16 count Aida in the Cypress colorway. I'm going to move my needle just so you can see where I'm at. There we go. So I've done the red of the top border and I've done Christmas. So I need to do Cats Love. And then there's red down at the bottom as well. I don't know if I'll count down there and go ahead and do that red, or I'll wait till I do the cats. So that is where I'm at. I have no clue where this needle minder is from, but I felt it was appropriate. So I bought this pattern last year and didn't start on it. And so I was like, you know what? I should do that. So I am working on Cats Love Christmas. This one cracks me up where it's got the X'd out because the cat's dragging the Christmas tree behind. So I am just working on that every night as I go. The other stitching that I'm doing is, again, in my Knit Run Dig Winnie the Pooh project bag. And this is Edinburgh Castle from Terra Luna Stitchery. All the details of everything I'm using in this project are in the show notes. I don't have numbers for you today because I don't tally my numbers until after I stitch on Fridays, and I have not stitched today yet on this because Fridays are the 7th day, so the final day of each week of me stitching on this. I do know that I think I'm like somewhere in the 5.8-ish% range, but I'm not sure number-wise where I am, but here's where I am. So in the 7th of 8 squares of the column. I'm thinking that I'll probably do maybe like 3 more columns over and then take it out, video it, photograph it, and then shift it over so that I can start working again. I won't go all the way to the end because I park my threads, and so I need places to have the threads pulled off to the side. So, but making progress on that. And if you look on my social media, by the time this is up, it will be on social media. You'll be able to see my numbers of where I'm at on Edinburgh Castle. So, That is everything for this segment. I have cross-stitch content coming up in Yummies, in Ask the Geeks, so you should just stay tuned. All right, let's move on to the next segment. And now it's time for our favorite part of the show, Yummies. Yummies are our current favorite things we like, things we want to talk to you about, Yummies. So as you may know, I am doing Vlogmas / Flossness again this year over on our YouTube channel. And I am opening a couple of different, well, actually 3 different things. So let me show you. First up, I am opening the Nice List from the Black Needle Society. And as a reminder, I am a rep for the Black Needle Society. You can save 5% on your first box of a box-to-box subscription with the code, all capital letters, Java Pearl 5. It doesn't work on 6 and 12 month subscriptions as they have discounts built in. It's not valid on special edition boxes. Join the wait list at theblackneedlesociety.com. Okay, so here we go. So day 1, I love this so much, is this mini little tiny Seasons of Love snowflake pattern. The design area is 25 by 25 and it's meant to use scraps. So that's the pattern. And then along with it from Lady Dot Creates, well, I don't know if the hoop is from Lady Dot Creates, but there's a hoop with all the stuff to finish it. And then from Lady Dot Creates, there is ribbon for it and to make it a necklace and a snowflake charm. You can also, you could shorten the ribbon and make it an ornament. I think these would make lovely little ornaments. So I need to figure out, it's designed in DMC Etoiles, but you can use whatever you have. That's the nice bit of that. And then next up is a Flossness ornament designed by the Black Needle Society. So this is the second one in the series. I've got last year's up on my tree already. And then here's this year's. It's on this really thin piece of wood. And I don't know if you can see it, but all through it, there is a piece of floss. And it's double-sided. So this is going to go up on my tree after this episode is over because I was waiting. So, and then if you have the Black Needle Society box and didn't see, they accidentally flip-flop the description. So if you've opened their boxes before, you know, so in this box, there are 3 patterns. And there's a fabric, there's floss, and a pattern. And that's the order they go in is fabric, floss, pattern, but they accidentally flip-flopped on here, the fabric and the floss. So if you didn't catch it, the worst you'll know is you're gonna know what floss you're getting a day early. So this is, for the first one, this is from Fortnite Fabrics. This is 32 count linen in the Winterberry colorway. Very pretty. And as I mentioned in my Vlogmas, I don't stitch on linen, but that's fine. I will pass this on to someone who does. And the way that Black Needle Society does it is sometimes we do get to give our preference of if we want Aida, even weave, or linen. And sometimes it's the designer of the pattern's choice. So for this, the designer chose this fabric. So yeah, so it's all good. I've got lots of fabric, so I'm not worried about it. Then my friend Silver sent us this massive box. I talked about it, I think a couple weeks ago. And in it, part of it was around the world in 12 coffees. And so what I'm doing is on the odd number days, I'm opening the coffee, and on the even number days, I'm brewing it and drinking it. So thus far, I have opened and tried the Tanzanian Kilimanjaro Pea Berry, which was very nice. Mild body coffee with a slight sweet note. And then today I opened the Sumatra Mandeling, which is a wonderful coffee with a heavy full body with a spicy, earthy, and robust taste, all with almost no acidity. So I will be trying that one tomorrow on Vlogmas / Flossmas. So there's that. And then Silver and friends sent us a yarn advent calendar. So let me show you what I've opened thus far. So this yarn is by Arctic Yarns by Abby. It's the Sugar Skull Sock Self Patterning. Very pretty. And then day 2 is a mystery yarn from Silver's grandmother. And it's kind of this tealy cornflower blue with orange. And then today's made me so happy. Day 3 from Inner Yarns In. This is the Old Muddy River Bridge Knit-A-Thon, which is a Gilmore Girls reference. Beautiful. I love autumnal colors. I don't know what I'm going to do with these yet. I mean, like, I've thought about, like, I could do several pairs of, like, Frankenstein socks where I do, like, 10 rows of the color and then change. If anybody has any thoughts on what I should do with 24, essentially, mini skeins of yarn, share it with me. I'd love to hear it. Last year, I knit the cat vent cowl, which was lovely. Really, really enjoyed that one. So, yeah, if you have thoughts, ideas, send them my way. And then I got happy mail from my friend Michelle Bendy Stitchy, and she put a note in that said, "I'm packing this up while I'm watching your FlossTube." That made me happy. Look at this pattern. This is Great Pumpkin Florentine by Samplers Revisited. It's stunning. It's massive. It's 150 by 150. There are special instructions. It says, to stitch this piece, it is easiest to turn the chart 90 degrees and stitch it sideways because of the Bargello type pattern. Real Bargello is stitched in long stitches, but this chart gives you that effect just using simple cross stitch. So, I love pumpkins. I'm super excited. This is going to take me 12 zillion years to stitch. The pattern is 2, 3, like 4 pages. It's massive. It's massive. I feel like this one would be a good one if I can make it work to scan in and use in Pattern Keeper. So, that might happen. But it's lovely. Thank you, Michelle. And then the last thing I wanted to show you is the lovely Emily and Alexis from Tin Can Knits sent us some more of their new patterns. And so I want to put them up on the screen. I'm trying to remember what order I put them up in. Okay, let's start with the Carousel Hat. This is, it combines whimsical color work and a playful palette to create a knit that is so much more than the sum of its parts. It may look complex, but it couldn't be simpler, they promise. So it has sizing from newborn to adult large. It's knit in sport or sock weight in 6 colors. And it's knit on US 3s 3.25 mil and US 5 3.75 mil needles. And it's got charts, it's got great information, and it's just absolutely adorable. And then along with that, there is the Carousel Sweater, which, I need to make the instructions bigger, my eyes. This is knit in sport weight yarn, and it runs from a newborn size all the way to 6XL. And it's knit using US 2s 2.75 and US 5s 3.75 mil needles. And I have knit multiple things by Tin Can Knits, and their instructions are just so easily understandable. They have great tutorials on their website for different techniques, and I can't say more about how much I love Tin Can Knits. And then we have the Sweet Shop hat, which is a candy inspired hat. It reminds them of the little brightly colored candies at the sweet shop. So the sizing on this one is newborn to adult large. It's a DK weight yarn. And it uses US 3, 3.25, and US 6 4mm needles. Again, there's charts for the color work. Let's see, did it say? So your contrasting colors can be made up from anywhere to 2 to 5 colors. So it's your option. And there's actually a gray and white chart where you can color in your own color palette. So that is really, really cool. So that's fun. And then of course, along with that, there is the Sweet Shop cardigan. And again, DK weight yarn and 2 or more contrasting colors, newborn to 6XL size, US 4 is 3.5 mil and US 6 is 4 mil needles. It's meant to be worn with 0 to 2 inches of positive ease. And, you know, oh, you can do it either as a pullover or a cardigan. That is fantastic. We'll love that option. And again, comes with gray and white charts for you to color in. Optional short row shaping. It's fantastic. It's lovely, lovely. So thank you so much to Emily and Alexis who kindly send us their patterns as they release, and I just love them, and we're very grateful for the friendship we have with them. So I'll put a link in the show notes to their website if you would like to get your own copies of the pattern. Oh, I forgot to put in the show notes, but do you see these fabulous Pom Poms? They are from Trader Joe's, and they are 100% wool. I got the multicolored ones so I can leave them up year round. And I think they were like $9 for the strand. And they also had, I think, red and green and maybe white. So I think they were meant to be for you, like wrap around your tree, but I have a very small tree that's got the snow, what's that called? Flocking on it. So I hung it up here to be a background for my Vlogmas Flossness, but y'all get it too here on the podcast. So, all right. Well, I've been talking a long time. Just so many yummies at this time of year. Let's move on to the next segment. And now we're going to talk about what I'm reading, watching, and listening to. Just a reminder about our RAL read along, which is a challenge for you to read 15 minutes a day, every day. I don't care what you're reading as long as you're reading. Audiobooks do count. I have posted in the Facebook group a post for your Modern Mrs. Darcy reading challenge. So if you read 12 books for 12 prompts, you can post them in that thread, in that post, and you'll get 12 bonus entries into our grand prize giveaway. So did I already say this is a challenge for you to read 15 minutes a day, every day? I don't care what you're reading as long as you're reading. If I didn't, I just said it. If I did, you heard it again. So we're coming to a close on this by participating in the seasonal or the quarterly RALs, which right now we're doing October, November, December. You earn entries into the grand prize drawings, and the bundles are on the screen right now. I announced those last week. So at the beginning of 2022, we will draw for 3 grand prize winners of those lovely bundles. And we are going to continue the RAL in 2022. So make yourself a goal. And I am edging ever closer to having read 150 books this year. So I'm really, really thrilled with that, especially since I'm working full time now. Yeah, I'm very, very close. I think I'm 4 books ahead of schedule per Goodreads on reaching my 150 book goal. So what I am reading How to Heal Yourself When No One Else Can, a total self-healing approach for mind, body, and spirit by Amy B. Shire. For my Unashamed Love Collective book club, I am reading Redefining Realness, My Path to Womanhood, Identity, Love, and So Much More by Janet Mock. And Janet is a transgender woman, and she's telling her story. And so I'm listening to the audiobook, and she is reading it. So that is fabulous. I am also reading Inward by Young Pueblo, just reading a poem a day. I forgot to put this in the show notes, but I need to. I purchased Get Untamed, the Journal by Glennon Doyle. And I actually got this as part of, I went to a Zoom event, and part of the entry fee was you got a copy of the journal. So, and then some lovely people that were part of that, like 13,000 people that attended the event. It was amazing. Started regional book clubs done over Zoom. And so last night was the first one. We're going to meet every 2 weeks. And I'm very, very excited. Untamed was and continues to be a really, really lovely book that has helped me a lot in my journey. And so I'm very, very excited to go through the journal for it. And I loved especially that Glennon, for her event, chose, I can't remember if it was 5 or 6 Black-owned bookstores who actually sold the books and earned all the commission for the books that they sold as part of that 13,000 people attended event. So I got mine from the Lit Bar in the Bronx, New York. So I'm very, very excited to get started on that. And then fiction-wise, I finished reading Dreaming of the Bones, which is the 5th book in the Duncan Kincaid and Gemma James series by Deborah Crombie, set in the UK, mystery, detectives, my kind of book. And then I'm also reading The House at Sea's End, which is the 3rd book in the Ruth Galloway series by Ellie Griffiths. And this one is also in the UK, and she's the archaeologist that helps the police. So I'm gonna have a drink of coffee. Okay, watching. I watched, I think it was on Netflix. Tick, Tick, Boom. It was amazing. Cried my eyes out. It's the story of this young man who's about to turn 30 and trying to write a show for Broadway. And it's amazing. Highly, highly recommend. Really, really enjoyed that. Cried a lot. I'm continuing to watch season 23 of Law and Order Special Victims Unit, as well as episodes for the That's Messed Up in SVU podcast. I am rewatching season 2 of Gilmore Girls with the I Am All In with Scott Patterson podcast. This totally made me laugh. So the episode that we watched this week was Like Mother, Like Daughter. And it's the one where Emily and Lorelai end up modeling in the fashion show for Chilton. And it's at the Independence Inn, and the runway that has been built, there's a problem with it. So of course Lorelai calls Luke, and Luke comes and fixes it and whatever. Well, I was FaceTiming with Dammy last night, and they had worked at the theater at school yesterday, and they were very, very proud of themselves because they had been helping building the risers, or the risers platform, whatever it's called, for upcoming show Pride and Prejudice that they're in. And having just watched Like Mother, Like Daughter, I proceeded to ask them, did it lean? Did you have to call in Luke to come fix it and everything? And they remembered the episode too, so we had a good laugh about that. I am watching Dickinson on Apple TV Plus, whatever it's called. I just started watching the 3rd and final season of Lost in Space. And it's so good. Really enjoying that. Series 13 of Doctor Who. I don't even have words. I think we have just the episode on Sunday, and that's the end of this miniseries. I have no clue how they're going to tie it all up. because it has been an intense one. Watching season 15 of Murdoch Mysteries, and it was a Christmas special, and Julia and William are going to have a baby, and the actress, the lovely actress, who I'm blanking on her name right now, who plays Julia in the show, is actually pregnant in real life, and they wrote it into the show. So I can like see her face. I cannot think what her name is. I could consult my BFF IMDb. Somebody's probably yelling it at me. Oops, let's see here. Hold that thought while I search. Murdoch Mysteries. Helene Joy. That's her name. So that is very, very exciting, and it was really, really lovely to have that surprise at the end of the Christmas episode. Watching season 19 of NCIS and season 6 of The Masked Singer, and then listening to, of course, my favorite murder podcast, random Spotify playlists, all the things. Well, that's everything for this segment, so let's move on and award some prizes. And now it's time to bring our September, October, November Artistic Autumnal Owl to a close. So first, let me give a shout out to people who finished projects in the last few days of the owl. They are Jane S., Sarah G., and Silver D. Great job, y'all. Okay, prizes. As always, if you are a prize winner, you have 30 days to claim your prize or you forfeit it. If you are a prize winner, you need to email me and Dammy at ggkcspodcast@gmail.com. That link is in the show notes, Facebook group, whatever. ggkcspodcast@gmail.com. 30 days to claim your prize. For most of the prizes, I will need your full name and mailing address. I will note the one that I don't need that on. All right, and as always, thank you so much. All the love to everyone who donated prizes. We're very, very grateful. All right, let's dive in. First up, we have Audine Wools by Knit Crate Mellow, 2 skeins of cordial. 2 winners will each win 1 skein. The winners are number 73, Emily R., and number 91, Jane S. Next, we have Wooden Cat Owl Needle Minder from Lori and a Pumpkin Kid Turkey Needle Minder. The winner of that is number 76, Brittany M. Then we have the Try to Relax Cross Stitch Kit donated by Lori. The winner of that is number 61, Tyra J. We have the Knitting Wrist Yarn Holder, and the winner of that is number 21, Emily V.S. We have a skein of La Brebis Light Alpaca in the Dogwood Berry colorway. The winner is number 23, Cindy A. So for all of those, I need your full name and mailing address. This next one, which is the Line Where the Sky Meets the Sea shawl pattern by Windswept Knits. I just need the winner to email me, and then I will be providing your email address to Windswept Knits so that they can email you your prize. The winner of that is number 54, Sarah G. And then this last one, I need your full name and mailing address, but I also will be providing your email address to our donor so they can coordinate with you, because the prize is a skein of online Super Sock DK in the 1758 colorway, and the winner's choice of the sock pattern up to a $10 US value donated by Emily. So the winner, I will be putting you in contact with Emily so that you can work out that that pattern prize, and Emily will be shipping out the yarn to you. And that winner is number 67, Jennifer B.H. So again, our winners are Emily R., Jane S., Brittany M., Tyra J., Emily V.S., Cindy A., Sarah G., and Jennifer B.H. Congratulations to all the winners. You have 30 days to claim your prize, and congratulations. And again, thank you so much to our prize donors. All right, let's move on to our next owl. And now it's time for our December, January, February, walking in a winter wonderland, owl. So we talked about the prizes in detail last week, so I'm just going to run through the rules. This started on the 1st of December and runs through the 28th of February. It's for any project you knit, crochet, weave, spin, stitch, or sew that you can convince us relates to winter. Your fallback, you made it in the winter. No whips are allowed. You can't start your you couldn't have started your project before the 1st of December, and you need to finish it no later than 28th of February. Every project that you knit, crochet, weave, or spin must be at least 20 yards, and you post that in the FO thread in the Facebook group, and that counts as one entry into the giveaways. If your project is not at least that yardage, you need to group it in a single photo with other projects to make that total, and that will be one entry to the giveaways. For stitching and sewing projects, we leave it to your best judgment. If you want our official ruling, email us at ggkcspodcast@gmail.com. Feel free to poly dip in other owls as long as it fits in with other rules. Please make sure and complete our Google form in order to help us make sure you're receiving a prize that you'll actually use. When I drew for the owl, the artistic autumnal owl winners, almost everyone had filled out the Google form. So thank you for that. We have lots of lovely prizes on the screen right now. If you'd like to donate one, you can email us at ggkcspodcast@gmail.com. Thank you so much to our prize donors. If you'd like to see the prizes more in detail, you can tune into the first podcast of the month, which normally would be today, but I did this last week, so we're not going to do it again. Or visit our show notes at ggkcs.com. You must be a member of the GGKCS podcast /FlossTube group on Facebook to participate. Our social media hashtag is hashtag GGKCSWinter2122. We will lock the FO thread the morning of the 1st of March and draw winners for the next podcast after that. And as always, you have 30 days to claim your prize or you forfeit it. And there is a chatter thread in the Facebook group. There's not been any finishes thus far, but we're only on the 3rd of February, so you have almost a full 3 months to go. So work on your projects, get them posted, and we can't wait to see them all, and you might be a winner. All right, let's move on to the next segment. I have to go get a prop for it. So I'll be right back. And now it's time for Ask the Geeks, the part of the show where you ask us questions and we try to answer them. This week's question came from Tyra J over on YouTube, and there's actually 2 questions. First is, are you still learning ASL? How is it going? So I had been taking some classes to learn ASL. I was looking at going into a program to become an ASL interpreter. Trying to think how to say this. One of the guiding forces for doing that was attempting to try to figure out a way to support myself financially. And in the end, I couldn't wait the length of time it was going to take me to be able to become certified, to be able to do that as a job before I moved out and got a divorce. So, I still follow some really fun people on Instagram and who are either ASL interpreters or are deaf themselves. And so I do still enjoy that part of it. But at this point, I'm not going to continue pursuing that. So the other question was, during last year's Vlogmas, you stitched a beautiful Christmas countdown /advent. Can you please share the pattern, name, and designer? I had to go looking because I actually stitched this 2 years ago. Last year is the year that I knit the cat vent cowl by Katian Biag. The year before is when I stitched this. So I had to go get it off my wall. This is my prop that I needed. So there we go. This is Countdown to Christmas by Country Cottage Needleworks. This was my one foray into stitching on linen, and it is how I discovered that I do not like stitching on linen. Thus, my reason for not stitching on linen ever again. And it was a fun little stitch. I was able to, I think, keep up with, if I remember correctly, I was able to keep up with the squares with the items in it every day, and then I worked on the top and the bottom. But I'm pretty sure that I finished the full piece by shortly into January of 2020. So, and then this is just a frame that was already pre-painted and everything that I got from, I think I got it from Joann's. And some of my lovely friends in my stitching group just prior to COVID helped me fully finish it to make it all this beautifulness. And now it was hanging on the wall. And I love it very much. So there we go. So yes, Countdown to Christmas, Country Cottage Needleworks. It is available on 123 Stitch right now, and it's actually on sale, and it is in stock. So, there you go. Thank you so much, Tyra, for those questions. If you have a question for me or Dammy or Pink Pearl, feel free to post it either in the Ask the Geeks post in the Facebook group or in the YouTube comments, or send me an Instagram DM or email us at ggkcspodcast@gmail.com, however you want. And as evidenced in this segment, thus far we have been willing to answer anything you've asked us. So please ask your question and we are happy to answer. All right, let's move on to the next segment. Well, with that, we've made it to the end of the show. Don't forget to stay tuned after the credits for Dammy and I doing another segment of Christmas karaoke. That was a lot of fun last week. So stay tuned for that after the credits. A reminder that we continue to co-host the Pride Along that started in May and runs through the end of June 2022. In the show notes, ggkcs.com, there is a YouTube video link that will tell you all about the owl, and our hashtag is hashtag GGKCS Pride Along 2122. We'd like to say a huge thank you, love y'all, to everyone who supports the podcast, no matter how it is you do it. We are so grateful for each of you. A big thank you to those who support financially, which primarily goes for shipping out like all these prizes that we gave out today, as well as technology behind the scenes. There are a few different ways. Patreon and YouTube Join are sites that you can pledge a certain amount a month to your favorite creatives and earn rewards or perks based on the level you donate at. You can find out more and sign up at patreon.com/ggkcs or click the join button under any of our YouTube videos. We have a PayPal button in the sidebar of our website if you'd like to make a one-time donation. We are bookshop.org affiliates, which is an online bookstore with a mission to financially support local independent bookstores. If you purchase a book from our shop, we earn a commission, and local independent bookstores also earn money from your purchase. Our shop can be found at bookshop.org/shop/ggkcs. And we are amazon.com.co.uk and .ca affiliates. If you're going to shop on Amazon, if you go to our site first, click on the appropriate link and then do your shopping as normal. We earn a little money back based on what you purchase. It doesn't cost you anything extra. A great way to support the podcast by doing something you were going to do anyway. You can find us online at ggkcs.com. There you'll find links to everywhere else we are online. Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Instagram, our Facebook group, all the things, all the places. And as a reminder, I am doing a vlog video every day on our YouTube channel. And I am also hosting Random Acts of Kindness, both on YouTube and Instagram. So you can enter both places every day. And the instructions for how to do that are in the Instagram post on my Instagram, which is cc_JavaPearl, as well as described in the YouTube videos daily. And so thus far, we've given away 2 of our Java Pearl Designs patterns. And so you can enter every single day. And then we have something special on December 25th. And we are also having a sale this month, both in our Java Pearl, in both of our Java Pearl Designs Etsy shop and our PayUp shop. So you can find out all about that on the daily Vlogmas/Flossness videos. All right, with that, I'm going to try to get all this edited and taken care of so that I can get ready for my event that I'm doing tomorrow and Sunday. And I hope you're having a great holiday season. Stay safe, wear your mask, get your vaccine, get your booster when you're eligible. And happy holidays. And I hope you have a great weekend and a great week ahead. And don't forget to stay tuned for Christmas karaoke after the credits. And until I see you again, happy crafting. Bye. I feel like I should have a red nose. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose. And if you ever saw it, you would even say it glows. All of the other reindeer used to laugh and call him names like Pinocchio. They never let poor Rudolph join in any reindeer game like Monopoly. Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, ho, 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 Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight? Then how the reindeer loved him, as they shouted out with glee, yippee! Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, you'll go down in history like George Washington.